Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. It's Mrs. Lill, and I want to talk to you a little bit about one of our last units that we're going to be doing, which is called Developing a Career Plan. We're going to walk you through these different sections and also kind of let you know what's going to be coming in this unit so that you can make sure that you're prepared. So for every single one of you, I know it's slightly odd because we're not together as a class, so you might have a little bit of a disconnect on Sarah's kind of always mentioned that she's interested in this and Jason's interested in that. But I think what you're going to find is that in this career plan section, you're going to have an opportunity, no matter what your career path actually is, to just really kind of take a moment and stop as you get to the end of this business class so that you can do a little reflection on kind of where you are and what you actually may want to do. In this class, you happen to be really all different ages, so I'm sure we're going to have quite a few different answers. So to get us started, when we talk about a career plan, we really want to make sure that you understand what it means to network, job shadow, internship, volunteer, entry level, and then of course the end is going to be a career sustaining job. And that's going to be our goal for all of you in the future, definitely not at the end of this class or even probably at the end of high school. At the end of high school, no matter which path you may take, whether you take straight into the workforce, whether you do a training program, an apprentice program, a trade school, a 2-year college degree, or a 4-year college degree or beyond, no matter what you take, you're still not going to be entering that career sustaining job right off the bat. So wherever you are, everybody's going to have some steps that we have to take here in the middle. So when we take a look, let me just move myself over here. When we look at the different steps of career development, the first thing that we have to start out with is knowing yourself. The second thing we need to move on to is exploring different options that you're going to have. And then we need to kind of get focused and see what's out there. And then we need to create an action plan so that we can help ourselves move to that very next level. The activities that I'm going to be asking you to do over the course between now and the end of the year are going to take you through those steps. So right now, I'm going to introduce to you what they are. They're not all happening this week, but they're going to be happening between now and the end of the year. So for our very first one we want to take a look at in Know Yourself, I'm going to ask all of you to actually do this today, but I want you to go into your Google Drive and pull up a file we did earlier this year called 16 Personalities. We would have done that in our emotional intelligence unit, and that really kind of gave you a chance to sort of evaluate your personality and your interest level. So kind of take a second, you can stop the video, go open that up. This is a screenshot of what that's going to look like. I'm going to ask you a question at the end of the video that is a reflection from 16 personalities. So that already is your Know Yourself. So you already did that. One of the next activities that we're going to be doing in the next couple weeks to explore your options is going to be a career research activity. So we've got a couple websites for you we want to get out there, and whatever your interest is for a career, we want to make sure you know exactly what's coming, what type of programming and skills you would need to have. Does it require any kind of degree or certification program? And then how do you get that? Where do you get it? And how much does it actually cost? Which brings us to this next section that we have in Get Focused. So the next section in Get Focused, again, over the next couple weeks, we've got one that's going to be called Researching Colleges and Trade Schools. I really love this website that we have for you to use because it is not a college-only website, but it's also going to have access to different trade schools. One of the things that we know as you're coming out of high school, whichever direction you decide to take, we need to make sure that you have a set of skills to differentiate you from other students. You can get those skills in a myriad of different ways. In the area where we live in, we hear a ton about 4-year colleges. 4-year colleges are fantastic for the people that's the perfect fit for them. But there might be several of you that's not the correct fit for you. So we have different options where we have associate's degrees. That's a 2-year college degree. You can get several different jobs with that type of degree and training. We also have amazing trade schools where we live that are somewhere between maybe 9 and 18 months. And when you come out of there, they have very good job placement. Another one in that area is the Stevenson's Trade School. It's amazing. We might also have some of you that are going to do an apprentice program. There are apprentice programs that are in the carpentry area with the Philadelphia Union. There are different other apprenticeship programs that might be actually more along the lines of like plumbing, heating, air conditioning, things along those lines. Or you even can get an apprentice program. I know a couple of you in this class have a family that owns a business. You actually may kind of have your own apprentice program within an existing company like that where you can learn a specific skill. Or another option we might have could possibly be the military. And if you go into the military, of course, there are several different options that you can do. But very often, if you go into the military, that is going to give you a skill and a trade too that you can use for these careers. So when we take a look at this college and trade school, we're going to be looking at a myriad of different things. And then our last step that we're going to do is come on over and do something called create a career plan. Your career plan is for where you are right now and steps you're going to take to where you want to get going. So there's a lot of focus on all those different things, but I have two last things I want to leave you with. And the last two things I want to leave you with are these topics called 21st century skills. 21st century skills are going to be a mix between hard skills and soft skills that all employers are looking for. These skills are going to be known as transferable skills. So whether you work for company A and you later work for company B, you start out at job 1.2 and you later have job 2.3. Whichever direction you go, these 21st century skills are going to be transferable for you from one company to another or from one job to another as you move up that career ladder. And that's the last topic. What I really like about this image, I'll kind of slide myself out of the way. What I really like about this image, that concept of a career ladder, no matter how intelligent you are, no matter what degree you have, no matter what type of certification you have, we're all going to get started at some step on this career ladder. And as a young person, you're not going to come in at the top. You may not come in all the way as an entry-level position, but you're definitely not going to come in all the way at the top. It's actually great to not come in all the way at the top because that means you have years of gaining more experience and then hopefully increasing your income as you go between when you get started in your career all the way to the end of your career. So those are our main things that we want to look at. We've got 3 things that we're talking about. We've got career development. We're going to wrap up with a career plan. And then we've got our 21st century skills that are transferable, as well as the idea of a career ladder. Good luck to you. Reach out to me if you have any questions.